Okay, hey everybody. In this video, I want to ask a question, and if you know, you know. If you don't, or even if you do, if you think you do, you just think you do. Anyway, something about these food delivery apps and all that. I don't like to name the app. I did at first, but I read some things that said you can't do this and that and the other on one of them. I don't know. Like you can't do screenshots, you can't take screenshots, I think is what it said. Anyway, I skimmed it, but yeah, that was the kind of gist. You can't take anything that's their property as far as the app's concerned. Can't do screenshots with it, something like that. Anyway, and but today I had something, and I wanted to ask if anybody else has ever seen this, and I'm not going to name the app. I did put it on another video that I do, like whenever I'm driving and stuff. I want to try to dedicate one channel to that and one to the shorter version, or the questions, or the statements, or whatever kind of thing. But what I put on there was this, that as it was happening, more like a vlog, that I suddenly noticed that on one of mine, like I said, I don't name the name of the app, company, or anything, but on one of them, it suddenly went out to do some food delivery and turned it on and got a really good one. I mean, really good one. $10 for me, for where I am here in Texas. It was $10 for 2 miles, and I was right there at the restaurant, just over it was in the parking area, close to it, not their parking area, just parking area for the whole place, whole strip mall. It's got like 11 or something in that area, right there on that side. Anyway, I'm going too far too much detail. But anyway, I took it, and the next one that come up said something like, I noticed it, but I might have missed it on the one before, but it has a gold thing that says exclusive. What does that mean? I've never seen it before, I don't think. I mean, maybe when I first started doing these last year, in end of July. Does it mean anything? My AR's like, I don't know, probably about 34 right now, somewhere around there. My acceptance rate. And everything else is good, so, it's good. But I do wonder if it's, I'm not going to be naive about this. I'm not trying. It's not going to be naive. But I knew yesterday when I had that really weird order on that app, and I felt it was a scam, and I called him, and the woman said, the support, and she said, I can't understand it either. How could somebody text me to quit and to stop when that phone number was disconnected? I mean, I'm kind of getting an idea because I watched that catfish show. But yeah, because, they're always looking up stuff and everything, that maybe there are places you just get a phone number for texting, but that does not make sense still, because, I'm guessing the person disconnected their phone number, but how could somebody therefore get into their food delivery, you see? Or maybe they lost their phone. I mean, how all that would work is just mind-blowing. Seriously. Okay, but anyway, my mind thinks it could be good. It could mean something really good. Like they're going to finally give me good orders, good offers to choose from. Instead of these like $2 for 20 miles kind of thing, or 104.1 miles one direction. It was something under 20, might have been as much as 40, but come on, 104.1. I just glanced at the mileage first and just went, nope. That was a week or two ago, I don't know. But anyway, or it could be that they're testing me, and they put those offers in, for whatever reason, in something called exclusive, and then they can go back and look and see, you know what I'm saying? All of this, like I say, is fiction. It's speculation, but of course that's the word for it. But it's just speculation. It's just fiction. When the whole story you make up in your mind, the way I'm looking at it, is to what's going on here, what's happening. it's a story. You're creating some fiction from what could be. That's how I see it. And then there's so little that they actually let you know. What are you doing, mister? You know, that they let anybody know that it's probably always going to remain just fiction. I don't know what this person in front of me is doing, really. Yeah. But anyway. My SUV kind of jerked. But it has that thing that it puts it on, like that's kind of stopping and starting. It'll put it, like if I stop, totally, like right here, if I don't push this button, I seldom ever remember to do so. When I get first start, it will put it into basically kind of killing the motor to save, it's a gas saving thing. Speaking of, I'm supposed to remember to go right here and get some gas. So anyway, and then I went wee, because it went it sped. Anyway, but I do wonder if that's what it is. And I'm going to go back to the place where I was this morning and see if, you know, I got some good offers while I was at that one spot. But then noon came around, and then all of a sudden, all these people, I say that have the gray car, I've also seen black and white, but mainly gray, four-door sedans that are older models, rather inexpensive. Look like they've been in an accident, at least one, and sometimes they don't have they're missing a hubcap or maybe more. And they just don't match the people who are driving them who look upper middle class, in their 30s, I'd say. Got all that now? I think I got it all. But I think they're a part of a fleet. Okay. And they, all of a sudden, when I went back there after the last one, which was right at noon, and then when I went back there, they were all over the place, and they were driving up and this kind of thing. So I think that's one of their spots. So we'll see. Okay, filled up with gas and I'm ready to roll. Don't know why my car does not seem to want to go. Yeah, it does it every blue moon. And I got everything set right, so my car, it's an SUV. I keep saying car. But anyway, I was talking about those mainly gray sedans. And but I'm gonna go back there. Okay, see, I take my foot off the gas and it's not going. Hopefully this driving isn't harming my car. Really. I mean, it's still, like I said, just turned 17,000 miles the other day. So, and I bought it new in May of 2019. I've said this in other videos, but anyway. So I want to see what happens there and, you know, see if they're still working. Because the thing is, like I've said, these aren't our jobs to dole out. Anybody who's, wow, you have to texting. Anybody who is legally, you know, who can legally drive and work and all that, it's none of our business who gets what job. I don't want to go back to those old days when I heard stuff like that women, when I was a child, I put it here, it was like women need to stay at home and let us men get our jobs. And they believed they were their jobs. They were not jobs for women. Any job was not for women. I don't want to hear all that kind of crap again, and I'm tired of hearing people say, and then trying to justify it, saying, well, you know, those immigrants, they don't know that those are immigrants. I don't know. The people that I keep seeing these gray cars, gray, and some black cars and some white cars, and I mean, when I say the color, I mean the cars. They're all different. I mean, different ethnic groups. All of them. I mean, I don't know how many I've actually seen of ethnic groups. Mine and others. So, and these people, they're saying, oh, it's all the immigrants. Have you seen every single one of them? You know for certain. You have a checklist. You have names and you check them off. And you know exactly where they're from. This stuff is ignorance. My master's degree is in sociology. That is the ignorance. And it's beyond ignorance. Okay, I'm back at the spot and I see none of these. I do see some gray cars, but I'm talking what they do is they usually park where I do, out here away from all the stores. So, and I don't see any. Okay, I clicked to record and of course started to need to cough and sneeze, allergy attack reaction or whatever. Anyway, but I do see some, of course, you know, gray sedans or grayers. You know, gray or silver. But I'm talking, these pretty much stand out because, like I said, you can tell they've been in a wreck, or they had serious, like somebody scraped on the side, which is still a kind of a wreck. But some of them, like the hood is up on one side, or the whole front end looks bashed in. These kinds of things. Apparently, obviously, still drivable. But I wonder how it all works all around. You know, does one person own them? Do they each own their own, or they just go and pick up a phone and go and do these, you know, orders, or what? Or do they have to take all of them? Do they have to take some of them? Do they take the $2 ones for 20 miles? I don't think so. For some reason, my own view, which, like I said, this is going to be speculation / fiction, you know, is that they go in, they pick them up for their lunch hour. They do, you know, make some money during their lunch hour, and they're only taking the good ones. But there's always somebody who's going to pick it up and take and do more, so they're always active, you know. So, and my question, like I said, it's not my job to dole out. I'm not, you know, any way invested invested in that way. It's just that I'm curious, you know, can I compete with something like that? But like I said earlier today, I think I said this, that once noon hit, and I've said this in other videos, once it hits noon, forget it. That's, if I get one like 5 minutes after, or like 5 minutes before, that's it. That's all I'm going to have until sometime after, say after 1 or so. I'll finally get another one, but they're going to be the ones that, you know, it's going to be rare kind of thing, and some of them will be like where I am right now. To Dallas is probably, I don't know, it's about probably an hour. Well, not even that long if I took the highway, the interstate, but you heard me laugh. They're often parking lots and the back roads. Whew, wow. And quite often they want somebody orders way out here, suburbs north of Dallas, to go all the way downtown Dallas. And I think Dallas still has a problem with the, we had a really bad storm, 83 mile per hour winds is what I heard, the highest I heard. Somebody had mentioned to one of the news stations. But they were saying after that it was hurricane force winds. Well, we're way up, we're way inland. Okay, I think maybe the closest one, you know, near the Gulf would be 300 and something miles, I think. So, anyway, I'm going to try to see if I get any offers. Okay, I wanted to add a little note. When I was here earlier and all these people with those kinds of cars and everything that just sort of showing up or were already here, I was getting extremely lousy offers. And I was thinking they probably, you know, they were, what I think is that they denied them. They deny the really bad ones, like $3 or something like that. And then it goes to somebody else. Well, if I'm sitting right here, wouldn't it be going to me? You see what I'm saying? Or to the other one, the one next to them. And then it came back around, I think. You know, it just like goes through the nearest people and keeps going around. I had one of them. It was yesterday. It was $2.05. I was at a different location and I declined. And it sent it back around to me. It was only like a mile or so down the road, but it was in a busy area. And it sent it back to me at $3.05. So I went ahead and took it. You know, so $3, $2, $3, and $4 there is quite common where I was in Murphy, Texas. Quite common. But here, I hadn't seen as many $3 as I saw. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but as I saw since yesterday. It could be. I think those are mainly kids, teenagers, you know, kids, you know, somebody's kids home alone, you know, and they don't tip. They don't know how to, or they're told not to, because they could mess up, you know, whatever is the case. And yeah, so that, and I just tried to get, you know, offers that came back at another $3 and one, and this one did not say exclusive. So I'm seriously wondering, what is this exclusive thing? So with right above the $, I think, you know, how much it's going to cost. It's right above that. It was earlier today. And so I'm curious. Okay, I turned it back on immediately. I had one for $6 for 12 miles. I think it says 6 and change for 12 and however much miles. No thank you. I mean, it was going way up north from here. I mean, it's probably that would be the cutoff for somebody who wants to do here. I know it's only 6 miles, but trust me, it's some craziness to get there. Yeah, because it's crossing ones that cross, highway. I think it's a tollway maybe, and then a highway or interstate, and then a highway, something like that. All of them blend, and oh man, it's messy. I used to go there quite often. I know it's messy, so no thank you. But that one did say exclusive. So what is the difference? Or was I just never paying attention and there's something about exclusive? Is it about the customer? Maybe the customer has some kind of agreement that they wanted me to deliver. I've never delivered to that house before. So, and either the other place. So, any of them. Any of those I did today, I'd never delivered to before. So, it can't be the customer asked for. But you know what? I'm actually thinking, I just filled it with gas. I'm actually thinking about going to Murphy, which I'm in Allen right now. And go to the Murphy. It's not the Murphy. I'm going to Murphy, Texas. And no, but that's about that's some mileage there from here. It's probably like 35 or something minute drive, 40, somewhere around there. But I am curious. I'll do that tomorrow. Oh no, I won't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off. But today is Tuesday, and Tuesdays are usually rotten. So for me, I don't know about where you are. My market, for me, it's horrible. It's usually, well, not so much money, but Tuesday, yes. So we'll see. Can you see the interstate through there, the traffic? Yeah. That's why I never take the interstate. That's the interstate that goes through here. That's as much as I could zoom in. But yeah, it's pretty much a parking lot either direction. Pretty much a good chunk of the whole day. Right now it's 3:46 p.m. on June 4th, 2024. But I'm going to change places because I just got another one, and it was that whole thing again, driving to it's actually probably two from here, probably two other suburbs to get to that one, and that's probably a better way to put it. And then for half the, it's the inverse order. Half of instead of like $2 for, a mile, is 2 miles for $1. Something like that. I'm going to move. Okay, I moved to here. I remembered that I actually have had 3 now that I wasn't able to deliver. One was really dangerous place. The roads were dangerous. Just trust me on that. I don't want to go through it all over again. I've done it in other videos. The other one was this woman that, there was a woman's name, and she ordered it from a place that was nowhere near where she lived, and it was, as it turned out, it was ice cream. It was banana split, and she sent it after I picked it up, because I didn't know that it was that far. I did not realize it was that far. And that was when I accidentally hit. I'm turning it off and, the app off. Instead, it clicks and hits one comes up right then, that kind of thing. Anyway, so it was something like that. And so I didn't know where it was, the name of the place did not say it was going to be ice cream. And nothing like that. It was not too far from where I was. And I had no idea at that time how many miles it would be until I picked it up. Yeah. So I got the order, and as I was leaving, I said, man, that's way too far. And she sent a text, and the text stated that if it got there melted, that I would be going back to the place, back to the ice cream place. So, It was a text, and I said, oh, no, I won't. You know? And I didn't. I called support and told them. So that's 3 I've had. Okay, the one I had yesterday, it was really weird. And sometimes I wonder if, when one was like it was yesterday, seriously, I wonder if I should have called the police. Because it was so strange. And I mean, I'm talking about not for me, but for the person. You know, the see something, say something kind of thing. It was really nice homes, but that's just too weird. There's something that she or he, and it was a he, I don't know. The name was not, it was in a different, I've never heard of the name before, and it could have been male or female. It seemed unisex. So anyway, but for that person, I started thinking about that last night, because how was somebody texting on their account to stop? It said stop, which you usually stop on a text means don't text me again. And then quit, somebody's trying, in upper caps, they're trying to get texts from to stop going to them. I wasn't thinking that it meant, but it could have. Actually, it could have been, because I was parked right outside that house, and I mean, I'm talking like they could see me out their front window really clear. Okay, didn't have much of a front yard. And I'm right in front of the door, and there's a window right there that was open. A big window. They could see me. So, like I told the support, I said they could, said they did that. They told me to stop, and if I step on their lawn, they could call the police on me. In Texas, they could do more than call the police, really, anywhere, practically. But I don't know. I don't know about other places. I could be wrong on that, too. But no, I did not feel comfortable. I was not about to. And by the way, that food, it went in the trash. I said some stuff on a video yesterday about, it's free food. And I've been told that by a support person. They don't say the exact words, but they say, yeah, well, you can do whatever you want to with it. And I'm not going to leave it like on the road or something like that, and some kid or animals come to it. Don't put it in a trash can out, at some store. Because the next thing you know, you got all these flies and bees, and you're trying to walk into a store and there's bees coming out of the trash. Even at these, gas stations. Yeah. How many of us have been attacked by bees at the gas station? I have. Whether it's in front of the store or out of the stalls. The pumps, as some people would put it. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to leave it outside anywhere. They said just put it in a safe place. Well, the safe place is in a trash can at my house. And I opened it up and I smelled it, and I was like, no way. It wasn't that it was bad. It was that it was extremely spicy. I mean, that's what it smelled like. Extremely spicy. And plus it was tofu. So, no, thank you. Yeah, anyway. But I did wonder, later on that maybe, I actually even then, because when I was telling them, I said, how could they be doing it? I told the support, how could this be happening? And the woman was thinking too, because it was so weird. How could this be happening? That they're texting me on a phone that's disconnected. And every time before, I haven't called them in a long while, but every time before they would say that they can see the text between me and the customer and all that. So she could see that text. What she said she couldn't see was the phone number to call the customer. Well, that's probably because she said they don't have that ability. No, they've done that plenty of times. Well, at least they'd say that that's what they're doing. Let me put you on hold. That kind of thing. But anyway, I'm still curious, how could that happen? They're texting me on a phone number that says it's disconnected. And I even called the phone number myself, because if it's disconnected, they're not going to know that I called it. And the customer would not know that I called it because it's disconnected. So they said, stop, quit. Okay, I'm texting you. I'll stop texting you. I'll quit texting you. But I'm going to call that freaking phone number just out of curiosity. Is it really disconnected? Disconnected. Because I didn't say that. Some people will do weird crap like that. just to cause problems like that one woman. That, how dare she think that in Texas, in anywhere, you order some ice cream from somewhere, it's going to be a little bit melted. At least I don't have a freezer in my SUV. I seriously doubt anybody does. And I don't think people are out there delivering in those, what are they called? Uh-oh, hold on. There was a woman walking, man, she looks rough. Seriously rough. I'm watching her keep walking past me. She's walking right toward my SUV even. She looks rough. I mean, she looks black, leather, and I think she's actually wearing leather in Texas. It's 93 degrees. That's just the temperature. She's probably like close to 100, you know, the real feel, or whatever they're going to call it. But anyway, there was somebody else in one of those gray cars, I'm telling you, that she went into one of these places. But, you know, a couple of them, one of them drove up next to me yesterday, and I was thinking, no, that's not one of those fleet people, you know, the gray car fleets. And I've actually seen, like I said, I've said on videos, the black and white, but usually the color is gray or silver. And they're 4 doors, all that. And older than that one is. But the one that pulled up to me yesterday at a McDonald's, it was somebody who worked there. Because it was personalized. I guess, yeah. Okay, anyway, but I have seen a couple of them that they actually worked there. And, you know, at the place. But like I was saying, personalized, you know, like they have stuff in their car. Like you might have something hanging from the rear view mirror, you know, things like that. And as soon as I looked, I said, nah, that's not going to be these. And these do seem, these fleet ones that I've mentioned before, do seem like they all, maybe there's like a big place, somebody has them all, like I was saying. But I'm a little bit distracted right now, by the way. Kind of curious. I'm going to try to see if I get any offers. Okay, I've been sitting here waiting a little bit and see if I got any. Didn't get any offers, but that, you see that Wiener Schnitzel over there? I remember when it was Der Wiener Schnitzel. It was a long time ago. I looked it up to make sure what it was when I thought it was. It was back in the 1970s that they changed it. So. But yeah, but anyway, while I was looking that up, I saw something. I looked to my side, to my left, and somebody had parked in one of those white 4-door sedans. Yeah, right next to me. There is nobody except for that gray car that drove up. This whole side to the right of me, which is probably, let's see, there would have been about 8 parking spots. Nobody's in on that side. And this one's probably about the same. And this guy wanted to park right there next to me. You know, a joke like that other place. It's a herd mentality, maybe. That other place is the same way. It's a huge one. This one's a smaller one. But it's a huge parking for all these businesses. And, you know, it's a strip mall. It's mainly a bunch of restaurants. You know, and that huge place, and somebody's going to come and park right next to you. You know, there's no need for that. Some people, you know, I'm Texan, so that gives me an excuse. We like our wide open spaces, you know. We have our comfort zone is much wider than many other people because we have lots of area. We have lots of land. You know, the only place that would be understandable is when it's prime real estate, you know. The parking spaces are usually so... They don't seem like they should be regulated. I would think they were, but they're really tight. They're really, really tight. Like all for smart, those little, what were they called? Smart cars, those little bitty ones? Still around. I actually had thought about that would be something neat to deliver in, but I'm quite a bit of a gentle giant of a woman. My dad was 6'7". I get it honestly. He was 6'7" and quite strong build, you know. And he would say, like I bought a, what was it, a Nissan Sentra, the older ones, you know, it was new, I bought it new many years ago, back in the 1980s. And they were tiny, and it only had 2 doors. And he said they'd have to melt me down and pour me in there. It's so gross, it's imagery, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to see one more time, and then I think I'm going to go home, because I was sitting here, and you know, I mentioned this about having or I mentioned in the video earlier today about really bad winds we had, or was it in this one I mentioned that at 83 mile per hour? And all of a sudden I'm sitting here, and the wind gust, I don't know what it was. I looked it up, and our wind is something like 15 to 20. But usually it didn't say anything about gusts, but that was a wind gust that was probably around 40. And I thought about I'd go home, but we'll see. Okay, I decided to go on home. Yeah, I don't need to be driving on a windy day. You know, if the wind picks up, that usually means that we're going to have another pop-up storm, and no thank you. But there's this SUV that keeps, yeah, since way back there, it's been by my side. Okay, you know, the kind that I turned it off for a second so I wouldn't have his license plate, but you know, the ones that tailgate you, or just, you know, it was like, from where I was, it was quite a bit of, a couple miles or something, but just, they get real close to you, tailgate, but then they don't, but they change lanes with you, you know, all that stuff. So what big deal, right?